Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. If you're new here, my name is Maria. I do DIYs, hauls, reviews, and more. So thank you for stopping by and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified every time I upload. Today's video, I am so excited to share it with you guys because I absolutely love how this turned out. By far, it is one of my favorite DIYs I've made. I made this beautiful farmhouse home decor. If you want to see how I created this, keep on watching. I will be starting with the sliding doors, and for this I use one of the Dollar Tree Easter signs. I remove the tag, bow, and feet, and then I use a box cutter to cut it in half. Each door is about 12 inches long. To make the Z pattern, I will be using these jumbo popsicle sticks. I got these from Lowe's and 30 come in a pack for just $1. Walmart also carries jumbo popsicle sticks. So does Dollar Tree, but the Dollar Tree ones are smaller than these, but they can still be used for this. I will be using 8 in total, but 4 of them I'm going to cut them to the size of the width of the door, and then I will be using 2 on each door. Then I'm going to use 2 popsicle sticks on each door to finish the Z, and I am going to cut those as well. Hopefully I make sense, but if I didn't, the video does show you what I did. Sorry. I chose to do the Z pattern, but there are so many different patterns you can make out of these popsicle sticks. When I first started to paint my door, I had imagined a different color, so I started by painting it with this hazelnut chalk paint from the brand Waverly Chalk Paint. But it is useless, so if you want, you can skip this step. You will see why later. I then went over it with white acrylic paint. I then distressed it with burnt umber. I am going for the old rustic look. Before I add more white, I'm going to add some wood planks. Each door is about 6 inches wide, so I did 3. I used my brown marker, but it was way too light, so I decided to go over it with a burnt umber. Before I add the white, like I said, I added the lines, and then I'm going to distress it a little more using the brown. So like that, if I mess up and I add way too much brown, when I add the white, it's going to fix that. Here I'm adding the white. This is a process, so I'm going to distress it again, and I'm going to do this several times till I like how it looks. I am going to paint the popsicle sticks the same way. Once everything's all nice and dry, I'm going to arrange them before I start to glue them. And then I'm going to glue the Z going the opposite sides. For the door handles, I'm using 2 of these car air fresheners I got from Dollar Tree. 4 come in a pack, but I'm only using 2. I took them apart just so when I paint them, everything paints good. I painted them black. Since I have the paint out, I'm going to paint the rail I will be using, and I'm going to use the plunger stick. I got this from Dollar Tree. Now that they are dry, I'm going to put the air fresheners back together, and then I'm going to glue them to my door using my hot glue gun. To hang the doors to my rails, I'm using a shoelace. You can pretty much use anything, ribbon, jute string, or any kind of string. But anyway, I am going to cut 4 pieces, the same size, just long enough to go around the stick. To glue the pieces of the shoelace, I'm using only my hot glue. They aren't heavy, so that's why I'm only using the hot glue. And I'm going to glue one end on each side. To hang the rails with the doors, you can use hooks Dollar Tree has. I'm showing you these. These are big enough to where the stick's going to fit. I won't be using them now because I don't know where I want them to go yet. So once I know where I want them to go in my apartment, I will be using them. Well, actually, I'm gonna paint them first black, and then I will be putting them where I want them to go. So for now, I made 2 circles out of the shoelace to hang them to the thumbtacks on my wall, on my work area wall. I just love these little string hooks I made because you can slide the door. So if you want them to be open and add a decor in the middle, you can. If not, they can stay closed. Once the doors were on the stick, I added the little circles, 1 on each side, so like that I can be able to hang it. I just love how these doors turned out. The next DIY is this windmill decor sign. For this, I used this Valentine's sign, and I only used half of it. And I also used this beautiful small windmill Dollar Tree is carrying right now. Oh my god, they are the cutest things ever. I used the back of the sign and I painted it white. I'm going to distress the sign using the burnt umber to match my doors. I also added a wood plank in the middle, or a line in the middle, so it can look like wood planks. And I only used my paintbrush to do this, and then I distressed the rest of the sign. Now I'm going to cut the windmill, and let me tell you something, it was pretty hard to cut this just because my wire cutter sucked, but I was able to remove the little stand it has, or whatever it's called, by removing the front part to slide it out the back. Next, I'm going to use the same wire cutter to try to cut the round thing and the blades. It took me a little while because it was pretty hard to remove that. The blades were easy because it is thin. The material was thin, but the circle it has around the blades, it was pretty thick. That's why it was hard, but I finally got it. I'm going to glue the part I removed from the front back on. Then I'm going to glue the windmill to the board. I'm going to flip the sign over to add some jute string. This is just so I can be able to hang it to the wall. I also added the piece of shoelace to the back as well. So like that, when I hang it, you won't be able to see the jute string. You can only see the shoelace. And that is it. I love how this turned out. Last thing I added was a small wreath in between the two doors. I made this wreath using the wire jute string Dollar Tree carries, and then I added some greenery around it. I hung it with jute string so like that it can be removable. So if you want to add a decor in the middle, you can, or if you don't, you can just use it like this. I hope you guys like these two different ways you can use this decor. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.